Happy Thursday. Hope everyone is enjoying the weather. A little bit of rain, which is good because we need it before next week. So today I said we're going to focus on upper body. So working on a little bit of strength, a little bit of mobility, flexibility as well. So when you're ready, we'll come down to the floor. We're going to start off seated, crossing the legs, closing the eyes, and getting nice and comfortable. So palms facing up, shoulders are soft. And if you want to, close the eyes or have the gaze to the floor. Just take a couple of moments to settle, to ground yourself. Start by breathing in and breathing out through the nose. And if you want to, you could take your right hand to your abdomen, your left hand to your heart center. And just focus on sending the breath to those areas. Send the breath down to the abdomen, to the stomach. Send the breath to the chest. And think about, as you breathe in, think about pressing the hands, trying to push the hands away from you. So as you breathe in, the stomach expands all the way out. As you're breathing out, the hand releases down. Same with the chest. As you breathe in, feel yourself sitting a little taller. Feel the spine lengthening. And as you breathe out, feel the tension releasing. So feel the hips releasing, the shoulders releasing. Starting to take the hands down. We're going to interlock the fingers. So bring the fingers together, interlock the hands, and push the hands over the top of the head. Draw the shoulders down into the sockets and press the hands to the ceiling. So stretching all the way up. And now I want you to draw the shoulders all the way up to the ears. So press the hands even further and then draw the shoulders back down into the sockets. Let's do that again. So inhale as you stretch up, ears, shoulders to ears. Exhale as you draw the shoulders down. Do that a couple more times on your own. So we're bringing a little movement to the shoulders, the scapulars. Once more, inhale, stretch up. Exhale to release. Take the hands to your sides. If you want to, you can sit on top of the fingertips. Lift up tall, or if you like, press the hands into the floor. And we're just going to draw the left ear to the left shoulder. Focus on drawing that right shoulder down and away from you. Come back to center, come to the other side, so right ear to right shoulder. Enjoy the stretch into the side of the neck, top of the shoulder. You feel nice and tight, nice and sore. And then come back to center. Roll the shoulders, releasing off. And let's come over onto our front. So come into your tabletop position. So spreading the fingers wide, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Come into your cat and your cow pose. So we breathe in as we sink the abdomen towards the floor. Feel the pelvis tilting forwards. And then exhale as you press the ground away from you. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Breathing in to come down. Breathing out to lift up. Just allow the body to flow, let the breath flow. And just move between the two. And then come back to center. Let's tuck the toes, come into your downward facing dog. So push the hips all the way back and let the forehead release down towards the legs. And you can keep the knees bent, knees are soft. If you need to move through the legs to warm up the backs of the legs, you can. You can try pushing the hips from side to side. And then allow yourself to become still, whether the knees are still bent or if you're trying to lengthen a little more, but keep the upper body nice and long. Try and avoid your shoulders being too far forward. Push the hips and the shoulders back. So you're starting to create a triangle-like position. Nice big deep breaths. And this is a good strengthener for the shoulders. Nice strong arms. And then when you're ready, slowly tiptoe the toes to the front of the mat. Just release into a gentle forward fold. Let the forehead release down. Take a deep breath in, stretch up tall, look up to the thumbs, and then exhale, come back to your forward fold. Release all the way down, forehead releases. Let's lift halfway into our flat back extension, so draw the hands to the shins. Squeeze the shoulders back behind you. Draw the chest forwards. Feel the belly lifting. As if you could rest a tray of drinks on your back. Exhale to release down. Step the feet back to your downward facing dog. So again, nice long upper body. Press the ground away from you. Push the hips back. Let's come forwards to our plank. So draw the shoulders over the tops of the wrists. And we're going to engage the core. So the core is nice and strong. And lift the right hand in front of you. You can stay here, or if you need to, you can come down to your knees. If you want to, you can make it a little harder. Try lifting the opposite foot. And then slowly release down. Let's take the right arm, open up into a side plank. But don't let the shoulders sink down. Press the ground away from you. Feel the hips lifting high. Again, if you need to, take the bottom leg to the ground. Nice strong body, strong arms. Don't forget to breathe. Start to release. And we're going to walk the hands all the way towards the feet. Just small baby steps. Don't rush. And then release into your forward fold. Take a couple of breaths here. Let the body release forwards. If you want to, take hold of the elbows. Keeping the knees soft. You can move the legs if you like. Push the hips from side to side. Just let the body be free. Allow yourself to release off. When you're ready, start to walk the hands out. Don't rush it, just take baby steps forwards. Come back to your plank. Let's do the other side. So same thing again, take your options, whether it's knees or toes. Left arm reaches out. And again, if you want to, try lifting the opposite leg. This side feels harder. And I'm shaking. Slowly release. And then open the left arm into your side plank. So nice and tall. If you want to, look up to your fingers, press the ground away and lift the hips. Let's come down. And again, baby steps, walking the hands back to the feet. Release into your forward fold, forehead releases down. Big deep breaths. Let's walk those hands back out. Take your time. We're going to step the right foot to the right hand and lift up into your crescent lunge. So the back heel stays lifted, shoulders are soft, palms come to our heart center, and we're going to come into a twist here. So take the left elbow to the right knee and twist the body round to the side. See if you can draw the hands to your heart center. Shoulders are broad, so careful not to sink down. Keep the shoulders lifted, shoulders are soft. Slowly release the hands to the floor. Push back to your downward facing dog. Take 5 big breaths here. You can close the eyes if you want to. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Let's do the other side. So the left foot steps forwards. Come into your crescent lunge. Arms lift up high. Really extend that back leg behind you. Again, when you're ready, palms come together to your heart center. This time the right elbow comes to the left knee. And we twist the body to the side. So drawing those hands to your heart center. Squeeze the shoulders down and back. And then slowly release. Take the hands to the floor. Let's take our chaturanga here. So squeeze the elbows to the side of the body. Slowly lower. Lift into your upward dog. So untuck the toes. Lift the chest. And then push back, downward dog. Again, let's stay here for 5 big breaths. If you need to take any rest, please do. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Let's draw the shoulders over the hands. We're going to take our chaturanga again, but this time we're going to pause at the bottom. And I want your chest to stay lifted. So if you need to come down to your knees, you can. And try and keep the upper body long. Try not to let the hips sink down too much. So when you're ready, we're going to pause at the bottom for 5 counts. Squeeze the elbows in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift up to your upward dog. And then push back to your downward dog. You might be able to hear it in my voice, but that is tough. That hurts a little. Take a couple of breaths here to settle the breath. Good. Where are we? Let's step the feet all the way in. Lower the hips to the floor. And we're just going to sink down onto the mats. Have the feet out in front of you. We're going to come into our reverse tabletop here. So take the hands just a bit behind you, fingers facing forwards, And what I want you to do is think about lifting the chest already. Squeeze the shoulders back. Open the chest. Open the heart center. You can stay here, or we're going to lift the hips off the floor. So you've got a couple of options. You can bend one leg, lifting the hips. Or if that feels okay, keep both legs straight and lift the hips all the way up. Try pointing the toes. Nice big breaths. And then slowly release down. Good. Coming forwards, come back over into your downward facing dog. Roll the body forward, so lift the heels, tuck the chin, roll through the spine. Take your normal chaturanga, so we exhale as we lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Let's take the knees to the floor. And we're going to come into our camel pose next. So, lifting up onto the knees. If you're quite tight in the front of the body, I'd recommend tucking the toes just so the heels are a little elevated. Hands come to the hips. And again, think about lifting the chest towards the ceiling rather than just leaning back. So lifting the chest, squeeze the shoulders behind you. You can stay here, or you can lift one arm all the way up and over to the heel. And then try doing the other arm, but keep squeezing the hips forwards. So the other arm comes all the way back to the heel. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. You can release the head back if it feels comfortable. Big breaths. And then to slowly release, coming forwards, and just come down into your shell pose. So sink the hips back, arms come by your sides, and the forehead releases. Just let the spine curl forward, let the shoulders curl forwards. Think about breathing into your lower back. If you want to, you can interlock the fingers behind the back. Come into a shoulder stretch here. Try pressing the hands away from you. Slowly release. Good, starting to lift. Let's lay down onto our front. So coming down onto your belly. We're going to come into our bow pose next. So we're bending the back legs and we're trying to reach towards the toes or the ankles. Bring the knees together and then squeeze the shoulders back. Try lifting the chest and the shoulders off the ground. And then if you can, try lifting the thighs off of the ground. See how high you can lift the chest and the thighs. If it's uncomfortable, just release down. Be careful on the lower back. Slowly release. Coming down. And again, just push back into your shell pose. So take the hips back to the heels, arms by the sides, forehead releases down. Take a couple of breaths. Let's start to lift. Come into your downward facing dog. Push the hips up and back. Looking to the hands, hop or step the feet forwards. Release into your forward fold. Take a big breath in, reach up, extended mountain. Exhale the hands to your heart center. Let's come down to the floor. Oh, it's warm in here. Roll back onto your mats, take the knees into the chest. Just gently release off. Rocking from side to side. Taking the feet flat to the floor, come into your bridge pose. So feet are hip distance apart, try and bring the feet as close to the hips as possible. Palms press down and hips lift all the way up. If you can, try and walk the shoulders underneath the chest. You can interlock the fingers. Squeeze the hips as high as you can. And imagine a ball in between your legs. You're just gently squeezing the knees together. And then try tucking the tailbones. You're really lengthening into the lower back. You can stay here, or you can take the arms over the top of the head, but keep lifting the hips up high. And then slowly release down. Take the arms wide. Palms facing up. Draw the knees nice and close, and we're going to roll both knees over to the left side. Keep them hugged to the body as we come into our reclining twist. Try and keep that right shoulder towards the floor. And if you want, just place the left hand on top of the legs. Turn to look to the right hand. You can close the eyes if you want to. Breathe deep into the belly. Feel yourself twisting through the spine, resetting, realigning. Keeping the chest, the shoulders nice and open. Start to release, roll the knees to center. Roll them all the way now to the right side. Let the knees, the feet rest down. Keep the shoulders towards the floor, really squeeze that left shoulder down. Turn the head to the left hand. And again, if you want to, just place the right hand on top of the legs. Breathe deep into the belly. Really feel the body releasing as you breathe out. Release the tension. And let the mind be still. Let's start to release. Come back to center. Bring the soles of the feet together and just let the knees go wide. Let's finish in a nice open pose. So the hips are open, the chest, the heart is open. I want you to start off by breathing deep into the belly. So just like we practiced at the beginning, as you breathe in, feel the stomach rising. As you breathe out, feel the stomach releasing down. And now send your breath into the sides of the body. So this time as you breathe into the rib cages. As you breathe in, feel the sides of the body expanding out. And as you breathe out, feel them releasing inwards. Like they're pushing the air out of the body. And now send the breath into the chest. So as you breathe in, feel the chest rising. And as you breathe out, feel the chest releasing down. And now I want you to try breathing into all three. So starting with the stomach, feel yourself sending the breath all the way into the stomach, into the sides of the body, and then finishing with the chest. And then as you breathe out in the same order, feel the stomach releasing, the ribs releasing, and then the chest. Let the breath settle and return to normal. Start to stretch the legs out if you want to. Gently move the fingers. You can move the head from side to side. Very slowly, just roll to one side and make your way to a seated position. Keeping the eyes soft or closed. If you want to continue with the breath, the deep breath into the belly, you can. Bringing your hands to your heart center. Lightly press the thumbs into the middle of the chest. Let the shoulders, the elbows be soft. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bow the forehead to the fingers. Same again. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. It's amazing how powerful the breath is at the end. Calms me right down. So Thursday, I am going to be doing a morning flow on Sunday again. So we'll have 3 practices a week now. I'm also starting to think about doing live small group yoga outside. So again, as always, let me know your feedback if you'd be interested in doing some small groups, no more than like maybe 4 or 5 people outside somewhere. Let me know, and I will see you on Sunday. Thank you.